Hello everyone, this is Divyanshu and this is the Capstone project of Advanced Business Analytics Specialization offered by University of Colorado Boulder in association with Coursera. The objective of this course was to create a simulation optimization based model of portfolio recommendation, and we had to invest 10 million in Lending Club, which is an American peer-to-peer lending company. The contents of the presentation are as follows. First, we will discuss about how the analysis was conducted, the analysis design, and then we will take on predictive models used and the clustering analysis and simulation and optimization. So the design of analysis is like this. First, we conducted exploratory data analysis. We pre-processed the data and discarded the unwanted data. Then we build upon predictive models to classify whether a loan will go bad or not and calculate the amount of losses in the bad loans. And then we conducted cluster analysis and simulation and optimization. So for the predictive modeling, we had two tasks. First was to classify the loans into good and bad, and then for the second task, we had to build regression model to calculate the losses on the bad loans. So we use different kind of models for these. We use logistic regression, forest-based methods, boosted methods, and neural network for for the different classification tasks, and their AUC scores can be seen. And for the boosted method, the AOC score of the AOC boosted method is the best. And for the predictive modeling, the RMSE score of the boosted method is also the best, the lowest in this case. And these models can be like basically used to find the kind of customer that will default on our loans. And then for the second cluster analysis, we looked into different variables like the annual income of the customer, his credit score, and the amount of loan taken, etc., to classify them into 5 different clusters. So there were 3 major clusters and 2 small clusters that we found. The first one was lower income class. These used to pay the highest interest rate and had the lowest annual income. Then there was the higher income class. These took large loans and also had large annual income. Then there was middle class, and two other classes were first of the large loan takers, which took typically the largest loans and had above average annual income. And these could be the people that had started new businesses. And there was middle lower income class, which basically had its variable a little below average. And then there was the simulation and optimization task. In this, we had to conduct our analysis on 2 scenarios. In first scenario, the sum of 10 million was divided equally into 2 million each for each of the classes. And the second scenario was that we had to build a model to allocate these funds. And a Sharpe ratio function was used for the optimization process. And we will then report the return on investment after 1 year and the chances of it exceeding $0.5 million. So these were the result of the mod, two models. For the first model, this is the worst case scenario, this is the average case scenario, and this is the best case scenario. So for the average case scenario, we can see that we will be under loss and we will lose $0.94 million. So this is not like a favorable model. And in the second case, we will gain 1.34 million even in the average case scenario and $2.55 million in the best case scenario. So clearly scenario 2, in which we made a simulation and optimization model is the best one. And the model told us to invest in the lower income class and lower middle income class, $7.6 million and $2.2 million respectively. This can be because these have the highest interest rate, so our model found them more favorable. And the chance that our return will exceed 0.5 million is 69%, and chance that it will exceed 1 million was 22%. So we had like high chances of making a good profit. And this model was based solely upon Sharpe ratio, which is a good parameter, but it can be further improved by adjusting it with risk. So this can be one improvement, and the second can be using a different tool for conducting these analysis. And also we can conduct other kind of analysis on these models too. Thanks for listening to this presentation, and we can all, if you have any doubts, you can mail me on this email ID.